Houston, say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Hey there folks, and welcome ye all to yet another vlog of mine. We've had 3 vlogs in about 5 days, people. They're coming thick and fast at the minute. This is the YouTube channel that just keeps on giving, people. It really is. It might not be giving you what you want, but it's giving you plenty of stuff. Certainly this week, anyway. Well, as you'll have seen from the title now, I went out yesterday. Well, I didn't go out yesterday. Online at some point yesterday, I finally succumbed and caved in to a Nintendo Switch, people. I've been holding off and I kept getting tempted, and I haven't had a Nintendo console since the N64, which holds a very special place in my heart, because it was the console that I played with my son when he was little. Zelda Ocarina of Time and Super Mario N64 and all, all this stuff. So it does hold a very special place in my heart, but I have not played Nintendo since the N64, not properly. I had a little shot on my son's GameCube way back in the day, so I got a little shot of Wind Waker at some point, and I don't think I'd certainly I bought my son a Wii for Christmas when they first came out. But certainly, I've never owned a Nintendo console since way back to the N64. And I've been dying for an excuse to get back into it. And finally, they've given us the Switch, which is just, I mean, it's it's done really well, the Switch. I mean, it's a cracking machine. I've only got a chance to hold my son's Nintendo Switch for, I don't know, 5 minutes when he came down. Not because he limited me in time or anything. It was one of those, I just had a quick look at it and put it down. So I've been looking for an excuse and a time to get one, and Black Friday sort of threw it in my direction. All right, it's not a massive reduction, but I got the base unit for £249 from Amazon, and we're going to have a look. We're going to unbox it. We're going to unbox the other little bits that I've got for it. So in total, I spent about £465, but like £20 of that was a couple of Nintendo t-shirts I've bought for doing some vlogs and stuff on them. And they haven't arrived yet, which is why I'm wearing this grey t-shirt. So anyway, we're gonna jiggle the camera around so you don't see me, you just hear me. We're going to try and pan in on the kit. We're going to unbox it all, and then I'll come back on camera and we'll have a bit of a ramble. Why not, people, eh? Let's go unpack. Okay, folks, here we are. Let's dig into the biggest one first, I think. So, I have scissors and such like at the ready. Let's see what we get in this beast. Just try not to bang the microphone too much, shall we not? So, straight off the bat, we can see the screen and the controllers. So, these are sitting separate. Two of those. Already feels quite very good quality, to be fair, and fairly ergonomic actually. Little lips at the end for your fingers to sit against. Very nice. We'll have a proper look at the bits once we've got all the bits out of the box. And here we have the main screen. Nothing too fascinating to see. It's got all the Nintendo bits and bobs on the back of it, stamp wise. What be underneath? So we have a little manual. I think we'll just pull this camera up a little bit actually, because it's a little bit. So yeah, manual instructions and so forth. You get the HDMI cable for the base unit for going to the TV. We've got the charger point. Oh, which is actually the charger's a USB charger, which is quite nice. So it's not got like a massive power supply type one. Too many cushions on my couch, people. Can't fit everything on. What have we got here? Ah, right, okay. This is for when you dock it, you need somewhere to sit the... Let's pull this up a bit, folks. There you go. So when you dock it, you need to be able to play it on the TV without the screen being involved. Obviously. Let's have a look. Let's dig in, people. So these two little controllers. Now, I've noticed in when you watch the videos of people playing, you can actually use these as individual controllers if you're both playing a game like racing or something like that. So you can actually hold them like that. However, when you're playing on your own, I'm assuming this is the way it needs to go. Could probably do with facing the camera when I do that. There you go. So it just slots in like so. Same with the other one. There you go. It's very snug actually, and it's actually a lot. It's a lot nicer than I thought it was actually. When you see it in adverts and stuff, it is very nice. However, I may not be using that too often, for a reason we shall see soon enough. But there you are. So that's if you're playing on the big screen. Obviously, if you're going to be playing portably, you slide those controllers onto the side of the device itself. So let's give that a whirl. Actually, yeah, getting these off is going to be is it as easy as it should be? There's a little, yeah, there's a little button you push at the back to get them off. There we go. Wow, it's a really, really nice quality, it has to be said. Very nice indeed. So we slide that on like so. And we slide that on like so. And that is the device that you'll be used to seeing in all the ads and stuff. Obviously, I'm preaching to the choir somewhat for people that have already got the got the device or watched unboxings before. But anyway, there you are. That's how it will be played mobile. I mean, just looking at it like that, I mean, it is so much better than... I mean, I would easily play... Not to mention that you're playing AAA titles on a handheld device anyway. You're also... playing it on you're playing them on a bigger screen than you would have been. Like the Vita, I just found it too small. Like I really wanted to enjoy it, but you know, well, to be fair, my eyesight's not what it was, so I need to have glasses on anyway when I'm reading. But I felt like I needed those reading glasses on when I played the Vita. I would not need that with this. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. The quality is awesome. It's very nice indeed. There's a sort of tiny mini D-pad type thing up here, like a plus. Oh, it's a plus and a minus. That's what it is. All right. Be interested to see what they're for. So it's a plus on this side and a minus on that side. Might be volume, stuff like that. Don't know. This is the D-pad over here, which is interesting. It's actually little buttons, it's little separated buttons instead of an actual D-pad, but that's basically what it is. And then you've got your standard controller buttons over here. It's interesting, the bloody Y and X are the wrong way around. Mind you, so's the B and the A. That's not going to be confusing when I jump between Xbox and Switch, is it? So there you are. So that's pretty much everything. What else have we got in the box? We have... I think that's just the Joy-Con wristband so that you don't drop them if you're doing motion stuff. Looks like. So, much like the Wii U and stuff, you get one of those. You only get one by the looks of it. And obviously the docking unit's in here as well. I can't see me using the motion stuff too much. It's not really why I bought it, but there it be anyway. And finally, oh no, that's a lie actually. There you go, you get two of them. So you get two of the Joy-Con motion things for holding on to, in case they fly out your hand and smash your TV, which many people did with the original Wii before they released the wrist handhold thing. And see so this is the base. Actually, it's really light, the base unit, isn't it? Mind you, I suppose all the power's in the actual screen part, isn't it? So it's really literally just a place to dock it and get it into 1080p onto the big screen. So that's all there is to that. Yeah, there really isn't a huge amount to it. They've got a way of hiding the cable in there, which is good. So you shouldn't have any excess cable kicking around. So far as I know, it is simply a case of... Perhaps not. Pretty sure it just slides in like so. Or is it the other way around? No, it can't be the other way around, can it? May have to figure that one out. No, it is that way, yeah. I was under the impression you actually slotted it in and then slid the controllers off. Yeah, it seems to be that's it. Just seems to, yeah, just seems to slot in. It's not quite as snug as I thought it would be. It could be I'm doing something a little bit wrong there, but that's basically how it looks like it sits. And then you would slide, if you didn't have another controller, you would slide those off and pop them onto this thing here. And then you plug that into this. So that'll sit nicely just behind the big screen actually. So should be fitting in quite nicely with the setup I've already got. I shouldn't have to move anything too manic around. And that is it, folks. So let's move that out of the way and we shall grab... And we shall grab ourselves the other pieces of excitement that we have waiting. Okay, so one of the duller bits that we've bought is... well, I got a 128GB card, which was £20 on Amazon at the minute. It's been reduced by 15 quid. So if you're looking for one, if you've already got a Switch, it's a good time to get yourself a second card. The 256 ones are still quite expensive. You're actually cheaper buying two of these than you are... a 256. I think the 256s were still 65 quid, whereas you can get two of these for 40. So it's well worth it if you're looking for a card for your Switch or for anything else for that matter. Really good price. So we've got that. There's no point unpacking it. It is what it is. SD card. I mean, I've got games on physical copies of the games anyway, so there's certain games which I'll talk about after this which I want to get, but the digital copies are really the only way to go with them. So here we go. So here's the next big one down. So I decided to invest in the Pro Controller, mainly because I'm anticipating playing this on the big screen more than on the little screen. Whether that turns out to be true or not, I don't know. I don't travel a huge amount. But obviously I'll be taking it with me when I do, certainly within this country anyway. Whether I do if I go abroad, I don't know. But the Pro Controller is quite pricey, and it's usually sitting at around 65 quid, I think. Might even be more than that. But at the moment, it's $54.99 on Amazon. Obviously, we're talking about British pounds here, people. But again, it was reduced, and I thought, I'll just do it, and it's done. But it does look absolute class, it has to be said. Let's give it a little outing. So that is it. That's all that's in there. Well, there's a little manual in there, but nothing worth showing. So we have a charge cable for it. It looks like a decent length, to be fair to it. However, I mean, I would anticipate that the charge lasts quite a long time in the battery. I certainly won't be sitting with the cable plugged in. I'll just charge it. Outside of it, it's actually a standard larger USB point on the end of it, so in fact there might not be much of a reason for me to unpack that, because I might already have one of these kicking around for charging, so I might keep that as a spare. But it is on the end one of the larger standard USB connections, so you've got your standard USB to plug there, and then you've got the larger USB point that goes to the device there, because there's a USB mini and a USB standard. I think that's the standard one, so that comes with it. Oh yeah, you can feel the quality of it already. It's very nice, folks, very nice. Those sticks are nice as well. They're actually, now this is something I've been dying for on the other consoles. These sticks are somewhere between the Xbox One controller and the PlayStation controller. Sometimes find the PlayStation controllers a little bit short, and I sometimes find the, well, a lot of the time find the Xbox ones a little bit too long. But they're actually a really good size, those. The whole thing's just very nice, actually. Very nice quality as well. Yeah. It's got a little cover on it. Should take that off. It's got a nice shine to it, actually, when you take that cover off. That is very nice indeed, folks. Very nice. Those plus and it's interesting. Those plus and you can actually see. I'll give you a close up of it. I don't know how much you'll see in this light, but it's got engraved sort of Nintendo stuff on it, markings and such like. And those plus and minus signs are at the top here, much like they are on the Joy-Con. And you've got yeah, the plus and minus is here, and then you've got the sort of menu and start buttons here, D-pad, and then yeah, it's very, very in design very similar to the Xbox One, but the actual triggers themselves are very not clicky. Is the words that are popping into my head. They're very soft. So I'm hoping. I mean, that feels like absolute class. It's really, really nice. There's no creaking when you grip it tight. It's solid. Very, very nice indeed. If you've not invested in one of those, it's well worth the cash, especially just now on the $54.99. They won't get any cheaper than that. Controllers on any console don't get any cheaper than that, so I'm delighted that I bought that. What else do we have, people? Well, you've probably seen already that I've got one thing tucked down here. And I decided, obviously, to buy the... I got the official case. I think there is actually a superior version of this, which is fatter, and you can put more in it. There is a little manual in here, and it's a screen protector, possibly, which I'll probably never use in a million years. Does anybody actually use those things? Actually, what I haven't seen in the packs is a little thing for wiping the screen. As it happens, I've got a little Henry Hoover thing that does all my screen devices. So there we go. So it's got a switch on the front of it, and it feels pretty much what it is. It's a hard surface. And yeah, you've got sort of a little bag bit there, which mesh bit where you can tuck things in, and there's a flat bit here for separating stuff. But I'm assuming it's going to take it with Joy-Cons fitted. Yeah. Although you're most likely going to be doing that the other way around, because that's going to... think, yeah, because that'll cover your screen then, won't it? So there you go. Fits nice and snug. The only downside, obviously, is that well, you can, well, I suppose you wouldn't travel with the plug, would you? You could probably have a travel USB plug that you could, and then you just have to take your USB cable with you for charging, which is probably the best idea. So yeah, very nice. Yeah, I wouldn't have got one without one of those. I mean, even if you're not using it, I suppose you could tuck it in here just to keep things clean. But I may well just end up having it sat in the docking station most of the time. But we shall see how that goes. Let's pop it back in the docker for now. See if we can get used to doing that. I'm assuming it's not going to... Doesn't seem to just slot in as... Oh, hang on. Got it upside down. That's why. You put me in charge, people, eh? There we go. There we are. So, that is the hardware side of things, folks. So, what we have left is the games. And the games that I went with had to be Zelda above everything else. Breath of the Wild. Been dying to play this game for ages. I've kept away from watching too much of it. because I want it to be fresh when I finally got to play it. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm going to try and record a piece of it for the channel tonight. And yes, I know it's all going to get copyrighted, but I don't care. I want to share a bit of this stuff with you guys. And we got Super Mario Odyssey to go with it. So these are the two these are the two IPs that I would absolutely have gone for above anything else, probably. The games that I am going to digitally download are Starlink, which has actually got fairly good reviews, and you don't need to play it. What was putting folk off was they thought they had to play it with these silly toys that they come with, but you don't. But you have to buy the digital version if you want to get all the stuff that you need to do it without the toys and do it properly, which is a bit annoying because I wanted to have a collection that was physical. So maybe that'll change in the future, but for now I'll need to buy the Starlink game. I mean, there is an argument that says I could have played Starlink on PS4 or what have you, but I wanted the Nintendo version because the Nintendo version has the addition of the Star Fox team in it as part of a story and stuff. So there is a better reason to play it on the Switch. So we've got Starlink, we've got Hollow Knight, which my son played and said was absolutely awesome but tough as hell, almost like a 2D Dark Souls. So that's going to be done, and that can only be purchased digitally. And what else? Oh, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which is a port over from the Wii U, I believe, and but it's still it gets so much praise for that game. And I was watching some gameplay of it yesterday, and I'm really, really stoked to get it. But I thought I'll just get these two for now because I didn't see that much of a reduction in any game prices or anything, so I can pick it up at my leisure. But I'll probably get a physical copy of Donkey Kong. So that's pretty much my thoughts on it at the minute. But I'm absolutely delighted with all of that. It's absolutely gorgeous, folks. When you're kicking the camera, I'm that excited. So there you are. So it was two games. It was the case for taking it on travels and stuff. There was a little part of me that was a bit disappointed. I'd bought the case and then spotted the premium version later. And I only spotted the premium version because I went onto the Nintendo site. But it is a fair bit chunkier. It's like twice the height of it. You can obviously fit a lot more in it. Actually, one thing I didn't check was I'll tell you what, actually, let's open one of these games so that we can see, for anyone who doesn't know what the physical ones look like. Little knife with me, people. Never play with knives, people. Dangerous things. He says, taking his own finger off. The boxes are lovely. Very nice indeed. Funnily enough, I think it's a tiny little card that's in here, but let's have a look. Yeah, some beautiful artwork inside, but basically you've got a tiny little chip. That's your game. There's some gorgeous artwork in there, though. Look, check that out. Absolutely gorgeous. And then you've got the main cover and everything. But the boxes are really nice. They're good firm plastic. I say that the PlayStation 4 ones are good as well. I find the Xbox ones a bit too thin. The 360s were far more solid. Actually, let's have a look and see what the artwork's like in the Super Mario game, should I say? There we are. My living room floor at this point is just covered in stuff. Oh, right, okay. There is something inside. It's Jump Up Superstar. It actually looks like song lyrics. So it looks like song lyrics that are in that one. Someone might be able to tell me what that is. You have to zoom in right enough. The very small written lyrics, but they're on either side and both parts. And again, just your little chip. The chips are always going to be the same size, obviously. So there you are. Absolutely gorgeous. Really delighted with all of this. I mean, it was a bit of an outlay, but I was able to treat myself for one reason or another. I had a bit of money that I could spend on it. And I'm absolutely delighted with all of that. So we've got I would without any doubt tell someone that was buying a Switch to get this. Because if you are predominantly going to be playing on your big screen and not the little one, without any doubt, that is so much more comfortable and nicer to use than the one that comes with slotting the Joy-Cons in. Also, if you're going to be playing something on the screen, you know, in a two-player, I'm not sure that all two players can be played with one individual one of these. So that immediately gives you two controllers, because you'll have this to put your Joy-Cons in and you'll have this for the second player. So it is certainly worth the outlay as far as I'm concerned, without any shadow of a doubt. I think should we finish with a nice big shot of everything, people? There's a big Skyrim pillow in the background, which these pillows, I shall mention these pillows in a different vlog, I think. But these arrived as well. Those are the astute of you from the beginning of the video will have noticed that there's this one and there's a dragon one as well. So they arrived through the week. So lots of gamey type purchases going on at the moment. So there you are, folks. I am absolutely delighted with all of that. I mean, I've gone on a little bit there about the fact that I'm not going to play it on the little screen very much. But the more I see this thing and the more I see how big the screen is, I can absolutely see me like going to bed an hour and a half early, like, and just playing that in my bed until I feel dozy and fall asleep and what have you. And it's the ideal thing to be able to, because it's not like the Vita or anything where it's like you can't play the game that you were just playing on your big telly. Like, you don't even have to turn anything off, I don't think. You just unslide it and take it up with you and carry on. So, you know, because everything's happening inside this thing, docked or not docked. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into this. I hope the games deliver as well as I think they're going to, because I'm really in that zone for wanting to play a Zelda game. And even Mario, because I was looking at some of the play of Mario and I thought, God, I really missed just playing a 3D platformer like that. And Donkey Kong, I mean, I haven't got that yet, but I was watching the gameplay of that, and I was just sitting there thinking I should order this. Like, it just looks awesome. I can't wait to play that either. And then Starlink, I mean, obviously Star Fox from back in the day. I know Starlink is not Star Fox, but it's a very similar thing. And the Switch version's got the Star Fox characters in it and all of this sort of stuff. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to playing all of these things. And I think what's put me off most in the past wasn't the price as such. It was more about the fact that I felt like I was just buying it for Zelda. So now that I feel like I've bought it for at least 5 games, I'm delighted that I've got it at this point when I've got all those options, and I just can't wait to get stuck into it. I think it's going to be a great time that I've not been having up to this point, and it will predominantly be the exclusives that I play on this, unless something comes along that I think, do you know what, I wouldn't mind just having that so I can play it on my travels. But I can't see me playing titles that are ported over to it from the other consoles, because I don't have any reason to play it on the Switch. So I think it will very much be a Nintendo exclusives type thing. And yes, I know Starlink's on the others, but Starlink's got the exclusive features of Star Fox and all that. So there you are. I mean, some games might actually just be better suited to it. I mean, I was tempted with Diablo, to be honest with you, because Diablos are great. Those top-down type looters are great for stuff like for this sort of device. Would be absolutely awesome to play it on this. Great travel game, that. So there will be exceptions to the rule, I'm sure. So, but we'll see how we go. But I mean, I'm gonna be stuck in Zelda for a long time. And as I say, I'm really looking forward to taking you guys on a bit of that journey. There is a lot of YouTubers don't do a lot of Nintendo stuff because the minute you put the stuff up, they don't block it or anything, but they will copyright it, so you can't make any money off of it. So I will just be doing it for the love of doing it and sharing it with you guys, which is fine with me. There is a partner program, but it's not hit the UK yet. The Americans can use it. You basically get a cut of whatever the earnings are. But you can only join it in the US and then some random places like Argentina and also, but not the UK for some strange reason. So, you know, if the time comes, I might join that. But, you know, people who watch my channel know it's not about the money. It's about sharing my gaming experiences with you guys and you sharing yours with me. And us all having a good time and chilling out together. So that's really what it's all about. And I'm looking forward to doing a bit of Zelda on the channel. So I'm hoping that you guys are looking forward to seeing some. I think there's probably still quite a lot of people out there that don't have a Switch yet. I think it will predominantly be a second console for most people. So it is a bit of a privilege to have one. I mean, obviously, with doing what I do, I've already got an Xbox One X, I've already got a PS4 Pro, and now I've got the Switch as well. So we've got 3 platforms to play on. I know I can hear people screaming at me already saying, for Christ's sake, Steve, you don't finish the games you've got on the other 2 consoles. What have you got a Switch for? But, you know, listen, shiny gadgets, people, you've got to have them. You can't have too many things to finish playing, people, as far as I'm concerned. So there you are. I'm loving this Pro controller. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it just feels immediately like you've had it forever. And it's this sort of nice sort of little spongy feeling on the... Very nice indeed. We'll see how it holds up, but it's very, very nice quality. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's better, worse, or indifferent than the... I mean, for me, it just seems to balance everything better. Like I was saying earlier in the video, the sticks are at exactly the right height. I could easily play a third person or a first person with those sticks. Whereas with like the Xbox One, I feel sometimes with third person games, they're way too long. Like I could do with them just being this size. And with the PlayStation ones, just a fraction higher, which I think these are. Also, the actual area where your thumb sits it's not as intrusive as the PlayStation one. It's quite a big lip on the PlayStation one, and the material on them seems to be a little bit more grippy. I guess we'll see how long that rubber lasts. For that price, it should be lasting a fair while. I mean, I paid 55 quid for that controller, and that was reduced. So, but it does feel very good quality. I really, really love that controller. Very nice indeed. I'm sure it comes with some form of warranty. So it should last for a fair while. So there you are, folks. I will ramble on no longer. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. Hopefully someone who hasn't got a Switch yet has got a feel for what's in the box and has got a feel for what I was excited about playing on it. Has got a feel for whether or not they'd want a Pro controller. And all those sorts of things. So I was delighted to do that for you. I've really enjoyed opening all that and sharing it all with you. I will go off now and I'm going to try and hook it all up. I'm going to try and get some Zelda recorded tonight. If I manage to do it all within a reasonable time, I might try and start it uploading before I go to bed, and then it'll be there for you guys for whenever you wake up, or for the Americans that come out of work, or for whoever decides to watch it, people. So there you go. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of all of that, or what you think of Nintendo, or what you think of the games I've bought, what you think of the games I'm about to buy and download. If you've got a Switch, what games have you got? What would you scream at me to play almost immediately that I haven't mentioned? Just let me know. Give me all your Nintendo thoughts, people. The Nintendo love is now on the channel. Give it to me strong and give it to me... No, stop it, Steve. There's no way that ends well, that sentence, people. It has been an honour and a privilege bringing the Nintendo Fest to you all in this vlog of mine, and I shall see you all in the next one, folks. Take it easy. Bye.